Hey guys, what is going on? iJustRengar here, and today I'm coming at you with a video on one of my Smurfs. Hi, I'm Rengar, and today I'm going to be talking about how to abuse the mistakes of your enemies. So, this video is going to be on my Smurf, that way I can kind of better point out and show you mistakes. It's a lot easier to show you mistakes of people that are lower elo than you are. Like, as opposed to finding the mistakes of people that are your own elo. It's obviously still possible to find the mistakes, and it happens a lot. But it's just more glaringly obvious when it's versus people that are a division or so below you. So I'm going to show you and point out the mistakes that these people are doing, and kind of how to prevent them, hopefully, if I do this video right. So, for this video, it is going to be a Anivia versus... Wait, is it actually Anivia? Yeah, it is, I think. Anivia versus Malphite top lane. So that's actually, I think, a decent lane for Anivia because Malphite typically wants to build armor, so that should be okay for her. Katarina versus TF mid. I'm not exactly sure on how that matchup plays out, but I feel like TF should be able to bully her a little bit with his auto attacks. But Katarina shouldn't be, like, I don't think that Katarina will be killed unless she gets too injured. And then Tristana Fiddle versus the Jhin Nami. I think that we should be okay there, although that should actually be a gankable lane because neither Jhin nor Nami have an escape. They do have slows and roots, but other than that we should be good, or snares. But other than that we should be good. So I'm gonna head over here and we're gonna start this off. Okay, just let my team know. And right here I'm gonna watch over here. Now the reason why is that way I know if they're going to that way if I know if the Elise started bot lane or not, and because they're starting back so far, like the bot laner isn't there yet, I know that they most likely did. Although I think that was just from using his Q, I'd assume. They could have faked bot lane leash, but I think that they didn't. Not 100% sure, but I think that they didn't, because otherwise, why would they not want to push this wave? Yeah, I don't think that that wasn't a reasonable fake. So I'm gonna head over. Okay, messed that up. So Elise normally has actually some pretty high HP, so I'm going to have to be pretty weary. She also has an execute, so I want to make sure that I definitely get this red. It's actually really, really risky to invade a Elise. So, oh. Okay, better flash out. If she didn't flash there, that would have been pretty bad from her. I'm going to bring this up here, so I am in the bush while I fight it. That way she can't sneak up from behind. Can I have a word, please? Thank you. I'm going to flash over this way and run over here. And I'm actually going to jump back in because he just used all of his abilities, and... Oh no, if I jumped to him a little faster, that would have been good. I assume that the Anivia would have been down a little faster, but that's all good because either way we end up getting quite a bit off that. Perfect, okay. Now that works out really well. So what are the mistakes that they made? Elise came up too close. She went to go for the smite and she wasn't able to get it. After she's not able to get the smite, she needs to retreat. And in that instance, it might not even be worth going up because she had a refillable. So her health isn't going to really regain that much because she had already used her charges. So right there, what she did is she just greeted for too much. And that's an issue that you see all the time. Especially in this elo, and even honestly myself, like a lot. I'm constantly doing really, really bad trades like that. And it honestly sucks. So make sure you're not like me and you don't greed too hard. So that worked out pretty well. I ended up going 0-1-3, which isn't the best. I would have preferred to have gotten a kill, but hey. I mean, still, 0-1-3 is not bad. I'll take that. And we see Elise is down bottom. So Elise has 12 CS, which means she ended up taking her Gromp finally, because she had, or possibly her Wolves, but most likely her Gromp finally. So with that knowledge, we know that this is up, and we know that this is up, so now we can take these. If I was Elise, I would be probably trying to invade my jungle right now, if I could, just experimentally, because right now, one of my bot laners is dead, so she wouldn't have to worry about him, and in addition to one of my bot laners being dead, mid lane wasn't really that pushed in, but the odds are she can probably get out with a well-timed repel, and by using the blast cone over here. So if she does go into my jungle, the odds are I'll either be lower on HP, or there'll be something that weakened me beforehand, so she should be able to come over and fight me, do some damage to me, etc. So here, I'm just going to head down. Doesn't matter that he saw me. It really doesn't. Although she could go down here and invade this now. But the odds are, if she is smart, she went back to clear this, and then she went up here, unless she already started to invade me. So judging by that, we can see that she did end up taking one of those camps for the second time. That means that she's most likely in the top quadrant. Oh, maybe she... Oh, so she just got it and then she walked down that way. That makes sense. So she had just gotten it. So because of that, she's going to be in a slightly different position than assuming if she had gotten it previously. So right now, she is level 4, and I am level 5, 5.5 actually. So she's going to go over there, she's going to look for those, and they're not going to be there. So since she has 23 CS, we can assume that she most likely took the Rift Scuttler. So we're not even going to go over and bother looking for that, because it's most likely gone. And we're going to E over here. Our ferocity is going to regen, which means that it is in fact there, and we can pop over this wall right here. Auto attack, Q, auto attack. So right now, the odds are Elise has just finished checking her golems, and she's heading back. Because, oh, or she's obviously going top lane. That's another really obvious thing. Why didn't I think of that? So obviously she could also be heading top lane after that. So she goes and she heads top lane. At least I got her position right. I just completely like spaced on what. I could probably head bottom here. Alright, I'm going to ulti and then head bottom. Oh wow, I wasn't actually in range for that. I did blow her flash for my ulti though, which is not a bad trade. It's not the best, but getting a flash out is always going to be okay. I'll take that. Gonna head up here, and actually I'm gonna head back and then I'm gonna no, never mind. I was gonna head back and take my red, that way I'd have optimal red uptime, but if I take red and then back, then I can have enough gold to buy Serrated Dirk and Caulfield's Warhammer, rather than just the Serrated Dirk and double longsword. So that's just like thinking about it really quick and then doing a quick maths. Just kidding, somebody end my suffering. Anyways, so this is gonna be up in 45 seconds. I don't have my ulti right now, so I can probably actually head over there without having too much of an issue. So another good thing about getting those assists early, procs that magical footwear. Magical footwear is really, really good for Rengar, just because obviously having that free boots is really nice, because I normally don't like to build boots. By the way, it's kind of weird, she's level 6 even though she only has 27 CS, so she's the same level as me with like barely as much CS. Since she has 27, that means she's only taken one camp since the last time that we saw her. I'm not actually going to keep going for that, although I am going to cast spells that I can build up ferocity. Okay, so sweet. Okay, nice. Take this here. How low is he? Just that second ago. Oh gosh. So right there, her mistake was that she used all of her burst at once. Oh, nice, okay. And then here, I do that, and then he's going to ulti over the wall, I think. Yep. Then I use W. I flash over this way, which might have been too fat. I'll take that, that's perfect. And we can push this. And the good thing is, Anivia actually already got her turret top lane as well. And why did she do that? Because we had so much pressure and we kept drawing the Malphite away. On top of the fact that she's just a really strong pusher, but with Malphite being gone, that's just even better for her. And that's also a part of the reason why Maokai has such low CS. That and being obviously harassed, but still, it's still has a portion dealt to us. So I'm going to head over here. I don't know. I don't think we can really do too much there. We want to try to do a dragon soon, though. That way we can kind of have that extra little bit of health regen coming in, especially since it's an ocean. Ocean dragons? Okay. Always watch your Duskblade. So ocean dragons are especially good early game, just because ocean dragons give you that extra bit of. Okay, he's overextending. He knew that I was over here, and he's pushed up super far. Gonna ulti and then run down around this way. Not sure that was the best stopwatch. Remember, guys, you only have one stopwatch. Don't waste it. Like, it's super, super hard to use a stopwatch correctly. Like, at the most opportune time. And I didn't say the because I was stuttering. I just said it. Although it kind of sounded like that. Like, looking back, I was like, oh my god, am I stuttering? Am I stuttering? What was I saying? Astari, can you refresh my train of thought really quick? Okay, so here I'm just going to wait over here and then kill him. But yeah, you only get one stopwatch in a game, so you have to use it as, like, well as you can. I guess you would say well as you can. And then right here, I'll wait for him to use his last auto attack and get the move speed buff. We're watching to see when the move speed buff runs out, by the way, on this sidebar, because it'll tell us. See that move speed buff, and then we jump. And then right there, we survive. Now, if another turret shot had went at me, then I could have just used my perfect timing and survived there. And if he had perfect timing there, he would have lived. But he wasted it earlier without thinking. So that's one thing that you guys should always be thinking about. Thinking with both people. Just because that's something that a lot of people I see do that. They're just like, oh, gotta use stopwatch, gotta use stopwatch. And then they use it, and it's like, oh, well, that was kind of pointless. So I need that for healthy clearing right now. What the heck? I just pinged that I wanted it, dude. Gosh, no! No! I was so close! I was so close! That was so bad! Oh my gosh. Yo, I could use stopwatch there. That so feels bad, man. I missed one of my W's too. I did it too early because I didn't even know if I was going to survive without using it. That was so bad. That's the one downside of not upgrading the jungle item. You only have the lifesteal, so you don't get the passive regen. But honestly, like, that's such like a minor thing, and it affects you so little. But if I had this red buff over here, I would have healed up passively enough to have been able to take it really, really easily. So it's like, either way, I would have been fine if I just had my red that I was going to have anyways. So it's like, And that's something that you factor in towards the Hunter's Machete decision. You have to take the red buffs a lot more often, just because if you don't, then you're obviously going to have situations where you do run super low on health, and the red buff isn't going to be there to support you if you give it away. So that's one thing that you don't want to give up until the ADC has 3 items. Once the ADC has 3 items, that's when I like to give up my red buffs. Alright, I was going to just hop to her and then... Oh, she flashed away, and I walked away from that. Oh, whoa, stuttering with that. I'm stuttering with my words, I'm stuttering with my auto attacks. What is wrong with me today? I'm just kidding. Here, I'm going to come over, push this with her. I get that CS with my auto attack W just because she took my red earlier, so I'm a little bit salty still. Although, to be honest, I probably should just let her get that. Well, I shouldn't have even been focusing on trying to get it. I should have just been focusing on pushing. Which, right now, every single member of the enemy team is, like, pushing mid or they're backing right now. So that means that we're free to just attack this until they actually get back. And I'm going to tank this for a little while at least. I'm going to run back. Run back forward, and keep in mind, stopwatch is definitely a thing that we have right now. Cancel my auto a little bit there, but whatever. I'm gonna ulti and then run away. Nice, we got the end him. That's perfect. Keep in mind how much damage you deal versus how much damage the enemies deal. Oh, unlucky. I didn't know if that would kill me or not. I was hoping it wouldn't because he's not building damage, but it's unlucky. Either way, probably not the most worth trade, to be honest, just because if you think about it, she's 0-5 as a support, and I was 3-3 as a jungler, so it's not really the most worth trade, but it's also not the worst. The gold from me goes onto a tank, and the gold from me goes onto a tank, and the gold from her goes onto an assassin, who's going to be used to kill one of their carries, which right now they don't really have too much carry damage, so it's like, it kind of balances out in that regard. I'm going to go and make sure that I take this red before anybody else tries to steal it away, and then I'm going to go help the team. A little bit bitter. I don't know if you guys can tell. No, I'm just kidding. But, honestly, one of the mistakes that they're making, right now, they're just letting our team pretty much go into their base and destroy them. Like, all the things that we saw, like them always roaming down for me, stuff like that, It's good because they are going to be able to help, but the thing is, they lose so much pressure for it, and they lost so much damage on turrets for it. They lost so much just in general for it. And now because of that, we're just overwhelmingly destroying their base. If you check, we have 2 inhibitors down on the side lanes at 18 minutes, and that's because we've been putting out a lot of pressure on the enemy jungler, and because of that, they've been roaming through and using a lot on me. By the way, it's also a really good thing that we've been able to draw one of the TF ultimates to us, because if we didn't do that, then TF could have possibly ulted the bot lane. So that's also something that you should probably note and think about. It's funny because on I upload a game on my main and I like hard pop off, and then I upload a game on my Smurf and I don't even really do too well. Like, it's kind of weird. That's why I really like uploading on my main, just because like I feel like I play so much better whenever I upload on my oh my gosh. So that's what I was kind of talking about when I was like, you know, it's better for me right now to get the gold rather than for Malphite to get the gold, because right now she's all of their money. By the way, still haven't used my stopwatch because I haven't seen like a really good reason to. If you guys go back through the video, you'll probably find at least one place where I could have used it correctly, and it would have like saved my life. Maybe not, but maybe you can. By the way, if I used it on the Malphite seismic shard, I still probably would have died, if that was going to be your answer. And slash dance, GG, well played. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and keep in mind, this wasn't actually the most pop-off game, but I feel like it did kind of show a couple of the mistakes that they made. I tried to point out as many as I could. I lost focus a little bit of the way through, but I hope you all enjoy this video. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you all later.